Hello everybody. We're back playing some more Grixis Phoenix today, which is not a deck that I have a whole lot of experience with. If you were here during the last time I streamed this list, it went okay. We actually managed a 3-2, but like I took a lot of time and like decisions that are probably like pretty instinctual to a lot of people that are more proficient with stuff like Ponder, Brainstorm, Preordain. But I don't know. It's an interesting exercise for me as a Death and Taxes player who has like never cast Brainstorms and Ponders before in my life to try to kind of crack the codes of like what I'm supposed to be doing in these matchups with this deck. And also this deck is just really neat. I actually like this deck more than I thought I would. So we're gonna give it another go. I'm playing the exact same list I played last time. I don't like there are probably updates. This deck is constantly being innovated in large part by white faces. There's even a Phoenix Discord now for Legacy Phoenix. Anyway, we're just gonna run back this list. I don't think I dropped yesterday after I moved forward. Drop from this. Join in with the birds. I also need to make sure that Cardboard Live is working properly, make sure it has the right deck list and stuff. Sometimes I forget to update that stuff. Yep, we got red, blue, and black spells in the deck. Definitely not my traditional cup of tea. What up, Army? How's it going? You're our first one into the chat. I did post a Twitter, right? I know I posted it in the Phoenix Discord. Yeah, okay, I tweeted about it. God. Cantripping is hard for, like, someone who's played Death and Taxes for so long. It's kind of weird, because you never really get to see the thoughts that go into the cantrips a lot. You just get to sit on the other side and it's like, oh, my opponent's casting their 2-mana Ponder. Sure, like, that's fine. It's not nearly as much as that you get to, like, experience the side of it. It's like, there are a lot of decisions. Like, some people, there's, like, the level of, oh, Ponder or Brainstorm are, like, really hard cards to cast, but then there's the next level. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, cantrips are super overrated in how complex they are. Like, you did, like, the Brainstorm's easy, just, like, play a fetch land, cast your Brainstorm, fetch away bad cards, whatever. But I think, definitely for someone who's never cast them, or cast them very infrequently, even with a lot of experience in other aspects of the format, I think they are, like, pretty complex for someone with very little to no experience. Might sign a lease soon on an apartment. That sounds awesome. We're playing against Alakazam DK. 3 is a lot of Buried Alives. We can Brainstorm them away, but our only land is a fetch land, unless we went, like, Petal, Brainstorm, fetch away 2 Buried Alives. But yeah, black and blue cards. Definitely not. Hey, we cast black cards. Surgical Extraction's a black card. I've cast that many times. I don't think I've cast a lot of blue cards in D&D, though. We didn't play Gitaxian Probe. Thanks for the 2 bits there, Moxel. But anyway, I think I'm going to ship to sand. I don't know. Like, maybe, like, preordaining into second land, like, brainstorming away. Buried Alive is okay. But, like, triple Buried Alive is, like, a pretty loose keep. Surgical Extraction is a colorless card. Tell that to... I can't think of any cards that only counter colorless cards right now. There's one, right? There's that, the one from Kaladesh. Anyway, I think I'm going to ship to sand. Maybe I'm supposed to actually keep it. Alright, well, sand was almost there. Now we're just, like, in the pits. I'm going to draw with a Scry. I think I keep this. This 0-lander in my 15-land deck. Probably better than going to 4. Nope. Ceremonious Rejection. Yeah, that's the one. Doesn't that counter light colorless cards? Grim Lavamancer. That makes this, Bob a lot worse. We drew a land. That's actually nice. So we just go for it, right? My opponent's 5 cards in, just like Tarn, Preordain, Petal, Dark Red, Buried Alive, and just hope that works. Just like pray my opponent doesn't have like a Daze in their probably Delver deck. Like we mulled a 5, we kind of just like our plan is make them have it or we're dead. We also could like Preordain into a Daze potentially, which would be nice. Am I supposed to keep these? I don't think I'm supposed to like push digging for like the blind 2 of Days. I think I'm supposed to like just keep Ponder so I can reset up after we inevitably just get wrecked here. Oh no, we're gonna shuffle, so I'd have to. Yeah. I think I'll draw the Ponder. Ponder's okay. Let's go for it. Make him have it. I don't like this pause. Ah, they have force. Unfortunate. Thoughtseize, sure. Goodbye, Ponder. Thanks for the bits, Moxall. No, the Days. It was right there. I mean, it wasn't right anywhere because we shuffled into it, obviously. Yeah, Grim Lavamancer, you're giving us the beatdowns. Oof. We are a 15-land deck. Thanks for the 50 bits, Army. Bolt me, sure. Is it just like mono bolts in hand, or what? Force and force. Sure. You play 15 lands to the second 2-drop. There are also 3 Lotus Petals. No attack here. What does that mean? Are they planning on burning me out to a turn just with Lavamancer activations? Oh, they have a Daze in their hand? Well, that's unfortunate. We can't beat a Daze. I'm honestly like a little surprised they didn't just Daze it. I mean, I guess Daze is better than Force, right? Daze is free, Force costs another blue card, and they both just hard counter my spell when I'm sitting around 1 land. Yep, that's gonna be the game. I'm just gonna like Daze this Ponder. How'd Carter end up being overall? It was like very medium minus. Overall, like I give my synopsis by the end of just like it felt like basically a Gideon. Like I'm not overly impressed with it. I wasn't overly I wasn't really like down on it. Like it was fine. If you want to be playing a Gideon or a Karn, like that's probably just kind of a decision that you can make yourself. But like it just they both felt just like worse than Cataclysm. It didn't feel very powerful. We only played it really against Miracles, so maybe it's, like, secretly better in some other matchup, but... Yeah, exactly. Like, that was my end synopsis was just like, okay, yeah, you could play as a set of Gideon, and I don't hate it, but, like, why am I playing Gideon over just Cataclysm? Because Cataclysm's just insane. I think I'm supposed to do... Is it a Braid in Greater Maker? Yeah. A Braid Greater Maker cut, like, a Thoughtseize and the Bobs. Oh, thanks for the 100 bits, Patrick, as well. The 101 total there, Army. The trick to Karn is the elevator only goes up. But yeah, but it's like a really bad Howling Mine if you just, like, plus your Karn every turn. I assume Karn... And the Karn's, like, okay versus Grixis, I guess. Yeah, we played, like, a 3rd 4-mana Haymaker, which was, like, eh. Anyway, resubmit. Yeah, like, you could play Coercive Portal. That's about as good as a Karn, right? You can't attack a Coercive Portal to death if we're just, like, plussing it every turn. I mean, you can Kolaghan's Command a Coercive Portal, obviously, and that's very bad, but... It's up all the time. This is a keep. I don't know how to assess this deck's hands. Like, we have Land Ponder, right? This like has to be a keep. They're like sideboard cards. They're good. I'm gonna keep. I guess we find Volcanic, right? In case we draw, like, Island or Swamp on this Ponder. We kind of really need red with this hand. Oh, nope. Hey, oh yeah, see? We did it. Wow, Ponder's such a good Magic card, guys. Lotus Petal, that's interesting. We could play around, we can't play around, like, Surgical or Force, so I don't think, like, trying to brainstorm for the Dark Red's very great here. I don't hate just, like, upgrading this Delver. How do you feel the deck so far? I enjoy it a lot. I've only played it 1 league. This is my 2nd league. I wasn't mocking Ponder. I legitimately said it was a really good Magic card. Like, we kept a 1-lander, got to look at our top 3, would have missed a land drop for 3 turns, shuffled, and then immediately found the land. Anyway. Don't really want to run a Young Pyro. I don't really want to Brainstorm. I kind of just want to Abrade this Delver, honestly. Just like land Abrade go. They like daze it, but that's counter magic that doesn't go towards me, buried alive in their face. Could play around daze using the pedal. Not sure if that's worth it, because we could also like brainstorm it away. The old Patrick. No Patrick. I'm also like I don't even know if I care if they daze it. Found the black source. They also didn't go for the blue. Both of those things are good for me. So now we might. There's no threat going on. We could just play Pyro Pedal, or we could Brainstorm and try to find like Dark Grit. But we have no discard to see if they have like a Surgical Extraction or something. What the fuck was that? Yeah, I don't know what they were going for on that Wasteland. I think I want to play Underground Sea Brainstorm. Although, I want to draw Fetch Land, but I don't want to get this Brainstorm dazed. Although they didn't daze my Abrade. Yeah, the strategy against Delver is a long time you can, like, just play the long game, so I don't really want to just, like, go for it. I think I just want to Brainstorm here, honestly. Ooh, there we go. I don't love Pyro into Brainstorm just, like, using this pedal. So we don't want the 2nd Buried Alive, and we probably don't want, like, the 4th land. We want to find discard, so we can, like, Pyro Thoughtseize or something. I'm supposed to fetch in, like, my upkeep or something with fetch lands in this format, but I don't want to set a stop in my upkeep right now. So we'll be fine. The perfect draw. Arclight Phoenix. Could just cast a Buried Alive. Although, I don't want to get Surgical, so that's not great. It's never great to do that, like, post-board against decks that probably have Surgical. We could just play Crater Maker, which I don't love. Pyromancer gets bolted. I think we're just running out Pyro. Maybe it's more right to run out Crater Maker there? I don't know. Pedal Player 3-2? I don't... Definitely don't love that line. I don't like just cantrip into Thoughtseize or something. Is true name time? Oh. A Pyro Fight. We don't know our top card, so we don't need to crack this fetch. Ooh, that's a good one. So we don't want this Arclight, I don't think. Maybe we're at the point where we're close to casting it, but I think I just want to Crater Maker their Pyromancer right now. We're putting back one land. BMC Grail, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. I definitely want to put back a land here. I think I do want to put back the Phoenix. We have, like, enough threats. I could ditch the Petal, I guess. Just use the land. I guess, yeah, the land's probably better than the Petal at this point. It's my day job. I work at Boeing. Just grab a bunch of non-basics at this point. This deck has some horrible looking draw steps without red in hand. I don't know. Like, these decks you just, like, play, like, awkward Delver, but make your opponent, like, play on their toes the whole game. Like, if we just have, like, Ponder Thoughtseize, we could just Bury It Alive them at any point here. Therapy's nice. What do they have in hand? I guess it's probably, like, Surgical Extraction's the name here. Spell Pierce. Oh man, punished for not playing this land. Shit. Are they gonna surgical the therapy? Alright. Yeah, we don't get the second cast. That's pretty bad. Therapy surgical. That'll be Therapy, Buried Alive. Oh yeah, we do have enough mana for that, don't we? It's probably a better line. Although with the Spell Pierce, I mean, it didn't end up working out, right? Although, obviously, with more mana, we could have paid for it, but then we don't end up Buried Aliving, but this is definitely a better line than mine. Yeah, I think we can attack. I would put a top deck's Marsh Casualties. Wow, rude. Why would you wish that upon me? We're still pretty okay here, weirdly enough. Therapy doesn't need to resolve. Yeah, but then they surgical it if it doesn't resolve. Like they did there. Oh man. Yeah, if he spell pierces me, then I can't therapy from the yard. Is the issue. Definitely on the back foot now. The old Dark Red Buried Alive plan. Probably just not even casting this Buried Alive, right? Because it's better to like use it for spell 3. Although we could cast it just like make a guy, but I don't know. Problem is we're like getting beaten down pretty badly. Although I think we can afford to wait a turn here. They have actual no cards in hand, and if we draw like any castable spell, we should be like any spell at all, we should be in an okay spot. Just race them with Phoenixes. Probably is. I mean, the other line was definitely way better than mine. But I wonder if they even like if they spell pierce that therapy. Because if they don't spell pierce it, we name Surgical Extraction definitely, and then we flash it back, and then we can name spell pierce, or they spell pierce it. Neither of which matters. So it all depends on like what their read is. They might have spell pierced it, and we circle around to about the same instance, except I actually get to resolve that therapy and get more tokens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're not blocking. All right. Did we win? Guess my opponent could, like, draw Marsh Casualties and kick it or something. That was an okay sequence. Yeah, I liked it. It was definitely decent. Decent out of 10. Definitely fumbled a little bit there, but we got there. I wonder if it's right to bring in Marsh Casualties for this matchup. Literally, the only thing I have to go on is like some words of wisdom from better Phoenix players than me. I don't know. Casualty seems okay. It doesn't kill Delvers if they flip, but I mean, True Name's also like very slow, so maybe like Pyromancer is the only thing it hits. Doesn't hit Gramags. Yeah, it's probably not right. Extremely lucky top deck. I don't know about how lucky it was. Like, we just needed to draw 2 spells, right? And then, like, any 2 spells and they just die. All we had left was, like, minimal numbers of lands, another Young Pyro, another Crater Maker, and Arc Lights as bad draws. Oh, we still have Petals. Like, we had a lot of outs there. I don't know why you bring in Crater Maker in this. I guess, yeah, you just, like, kind of play to the long game, and you use Crater Maker as a really clunky removal spell, but if you're doing that, then why am I not boarding in, like, explosives or casualties. Phoenix, any spell attacking on a creature. It's only instant and sorcery, so you can't just petal Dark Writ, Buried Alive, kill them. You have to cast, like, petal into Thoughtseize, land, Dark Writ, Buried Alive, kill them. But anyway, we're back. Arclight isn't great in this hand. This hand doesn't have any of the pieces, but we have, like, a Bolt, a Ponder, a Dark Writ. I mean, a Dark Writ's, like, kind of a piece, right? I guess Dark Writ is just, like, straight up a piece, but, like, no hand disruption again. We have, like, Bolt, Ponder. I think this is a keep. I wonder how hard I'm supposed to play around, like, days here. They just, like, turn one Delver me. Okay, well, that doesn't matter. I'm just gonna Ponder. Alright, that's fine. More or less. Don't think it's worth, like, running out Petal. Just to, like, try to play around days, especially when they're dazed to Ponder. That doesn't really matter to me that much. We have the second Ponder. If they wasteland me, we still have another land. Yeah, I didn't really love that days either. It seemed like pretty eh. I don't really love running at Young Pyro here. I could just, like, Ponder, or, like, Fetchland, Ponder, pass. We could go land, Dark Writ, Arclight Phoenix, get him. Seems terrible. Days felt aggressive. I wonder if that means they have, like, more dazes? Or just, maybe they're hoping to, like, snipe me off of a one-lander. Yeah, exactly. There's no pressure. Felt weird. I think we're just gonna Ponder. Probably want to try to get more value off of your Young Pyros, especially in this matchup. Do I want any of these? I don't really want... I kind of want the third land, honestly. Although, do I? I guess against Wasteland decks, we just kind of do. Helps me set up for, like, Young Pyro plus Bolt next turn. We could draw the land and fetch away the Bolt and the Pyro. Also keep the second Bolt if we really need it, so... Pyro, Bolt, land, no shuffle. And if we want to draw the Bolt, we can. Like, if they untap, play a guy, then we'll think about it. Alright, we probably don't want the Bolt here, then. Pedal to the metal. Just jam, what, like, Pyro, Pedal, Ponder or something? We could Pyro now and just, like, bolt their face if they kill it. I'm also just fine waiting. This hand is so soft to discard Surgical. Like, what, like, Thoughtseize the Arclight, then Surgical it? Like, I don't... Sure, I guess. I might go land go again. Maybe it's time to, like... They just have a bunch of mana up. Pedal to soften up days, then wait a turn to Ponder. What, just, like, Pedal, Pyro, pass, and then let them kill it with no value? Don't love doing that. I like doing that a little bit more when they're tapped out. When they're holding up a bunch of mana like this, I don't love just jamming a thing. I think we're going to keep sitting on our heels here. Seems like a pretty long, drawn-out game. One of this hand needs Cabal Therapy. You're down on time. Yeah, and we have 10 minutes for game 3. I'm not going to time out this match. If I had like 2 minutes left, I'd start like being concerned about, oh, we're going to clock out in the long game. But like, no, this match isn't going to take 10 minutes. Yeah, I don't hate just like passing. We just have a bunch of removal in our hand. Like if my opponent has true names, it's kind of scary. I also don't hate like running out the pyro, but I don't feel like a huge desire to. If I time out, I'll eat my words, but I think we're fine because we're in game 3 and we're against Delver. Just Pyro, Dark Rit, Bolt, Abrade. I'll unsub if we time out. Could cast an Arclight. I don't like Arclight just dying to like Bolt plus Surgical. Like maybe that's fine. Yeah, they're just sitting on a pile of interaction, so I just like kind of want to just wait. They're not pressuring me at all. We can try to find our interaction to try to fight it. And then, yeah, and then they play a Delver, and we have like 17 removal spells for it. Maybe this is a time to get... No, this probably isn't a time to get Pyro value. Like, I'm way softer to soft discard, or soft removal. Or soft permission, there we go, that's the phrase. Am I casting anything when I play Pyro here? If you time out, I'll sub. Because that's the hardest out I've ever laughed on Twitch. We just like Pyro, Dark Rit, Arclight. Something stupid like that. Probably not. I think I am jamming a Pyromancer and saying go. Maybe this isn't right. Maybe I could just keep playing the waiting game. Oh, wow. Force Pitch Daze? Seems like kind of... Why not Abrade since it's more mana efficient? Maybe that's right. Abrade doesn't go face either. I can't like Pyro Bolt. Okay, there we go. They kill on Surgical, then I guess could be... Yeah, if they Surgical my Pyro, like, alright, they got me. Alright, so now we're gonna Pyro Brainstorm, so we need to fetch first. I mean, they could counter this one too, and that's, that's life. Gonna hard cast a Force on this one. Alrighty. Is it time to brainstorm yet? We could like brainstorm into a Thoughtseize, and we need to brainstorm for a lot, but... Oh, we found a bunch of Buried Alives. But we can't play around like Surgical or anything. We can just shuffle away the Phoenix and the Buried Alive. And just say go. Try to preordain into a Thoughtseize after. Man up, jam up. That's definitely... I don't feel like that's right at all. My opponent's sitting on nothing but interaction here. I might actually shuffle away this Petal rather than the second Buried Alive if the first one gets countered. We have, like, plenty of mana. We can cast 2 Buried Alives if my opponent, like, hard casts on their Force of Will. We just need to find a Cabal Therapy or a Thoughtseize or something, I think. I don't know if I want to fetch cast Preordain. Oh, whoops, I forgot to shuffle. Damn it, not paying any attention. Well, now we have our Petal back. Alright, bad blue mage indeed. That was pretty bad of me. Let's kill this young pyromancer. May like spell pierce this? But we can pay for a spell pierce. Not doing anything else with the Dark Rit with 800 mana. Stick to white cards? Yeah, I suck at blue cards. Rit, Phoenix, Buried Alive. Oh god. That's a lot of Flusterstorms. I have 6 things. I hate Flusterstorm. Also, we can't do anything. We have no mana, so that's fine. They're also down to 1 card, so we might. I guess we'll just go for it next turn. And just hope the last card isn't Surgical. Actually, wait, yeah, we have to like double Buried Alive unless we draw an interactive spell. Because we have what, 6? I have 2 cards in hand. Say we just go for it. We're at 13. Might be able to afford to wait like 1 turn, but I don't see a lot of point in it. Why not do it that turn? Oh, could we have? Oh yeah, we had Lotus Petal, didn't we? Fuck, I'm bad. Alright, we're going for it. Dang, we lost. On a level of Devout Lightcaster to Tithe Taker, how bad are we? I guess not that bad, unless they, not in love with going for it here. Yeah, maybe it's right to not go for it. But we're definitely on borrowed time. I think we could have afforded to wait maybe 1 turn. But them going down to, like, 1 card in hand at that point, they just used, like, a bunch of their permission. At least we did not time out. I think I should have gone for a last turn. I just, like, wasn't paying attention. Forgot about the pedal. But wait, has there always been a Tithe Taker command army, or did you just make that? I feel like the Surgical was pretty obvious. I don't know. Like, we can survive maybe 1 more turn, so we, like, draw a cantrip into a Thoughtseize, maybe, to beat it. Like, maybe that's fine. We're at 13, right? Or had we got a 10 that turn? We're definitely dead in, like, 2, is the issue. So, like, we might not even be able to beat them if we wait that long, because we make a bunch of birds and have to either put them on defense or not lethal them. I think we might have been dead in, like, 3. They had, like, 4 power, but they could easily make, like, 1 or 2 more. Definitely didn't play that the best. I think I should have gone for it the turn prior, honestly, after they, like, burned a bunch of interaction. Hope their last card wasn't Surgical. I'm glad that Moxel can't use the Tithe command that Army has apparently created just to fuck with me. Did he accidentally make it like a mod-only command? Or maybe not accidentally make it a mod-only command? Oh, nope. It's just broken. I don't know who that actually responded to. Because you guys both did the command. Definitely didn't play those games optimally, but that's kind of the point of jamming this deck that I'm really bad at, right? is learning all these messy lines. This hand seems decent. I don't think it's turn 1 Dark Rat Bob Deece, but it's like Ponder Bob with Days Back of Deece. Or I guess Preordained Bob. Oh, the command is capital. Is case sensitive. I don't know how aggressive you're supposed to like just Dark Rat Bobs out. Like I like them a lot more if you have a Therapy or a Thoughtseize to go with it. But I think just in the blind we're supposed to just like be chill. Don't really love either of these, especially do it. Get out of here, Moxel. I don't want this Bolt. I don't think I want this third land either. Maybe we do, because we don't have a red source, but we also have a lot of cantrips. Always Turbo Bob. Cantrips into cantrips. It's the wheels that turn Legacy. Oh boy. We're just gonna get... Oh shit, we're not getting Chaliced? Heck yeah. I'm kind of tempted to just like try to ponder into the kill rather than play Bob here, because Ancient Tomb is really scary. But the fact that they didn't play Chalice means I think we're safe for a little bit at least. I guess we could have also dazed it. Are they playing around Daze? Maybe I'm supposed to just like try to light all my 1-drops on fire before they Chalice me. This Bob is in before TNT. Kind of like just jamming Bob here. Bob's a good card, right? We're playing Bob. We'll learn from mistakes. Yeah, hopefully they aren't actually playing around Chalice of the Void. And they're gonna like... They're gonna Chalice me with a mana up. Hopefully we just daze the Thought Knot and try to kill them. Reshaper. I don't even think I dazed this. I think this just resolves. We could have pondered and then ritualed into... Let's just let this Confidant trigger resolve and such. Ooh, we have a lot of mana. Well, these cards all suck. I could definitely take the Delta and fetch with it, though. Fetch. We'll fetch a Volk and use it to cast another Ponder. We could just shuffle. I could take the Petal and... No, the Petal doesn't do anything, right? Because we would have to keep it all, and then we would like preordain the other 2 cards to the bottom just to draw 1 blind trying to find it. I think we just shuffle on this. Shuffle, yeah, exactly. Any order. Shuffle. Ooh, a Thoughtseize. I kind of like Thoughtseizing more than preordaining now. Let's see what they got going on here. Smasher. 1, 2, 3, 4. They can play a Smasher through Days, so I'm not scared of this Karn. Or really scared of this All's Dust, so I guess we just take the Smasher here. And pass the turn. Grixis DNT, yeah, right? It's the new tech. We could also Daze the Karn if, like, they just go Thespian stage cast Karn. Probably not dazing a lot else, right? There's a therapy. And another dark ritual, alright. Let's keep digging. Ah, there we go. So yeah, what is it? How do you cast this? Tribal Sorcery, Eldrazi. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They could all as dust, right? Is that how that works? Just wondering if I want to like therapy this all as dust just to make sure that they die. Hang on, if we just Dark Rip Buried Alive, or no, we just Buried Alive here, and we can just bring them back. We don't need to therapy, right? If they cast all as dust, we just like bring all our stuff back. We just like a therapy, Dark Rip Brainstorm, whatever. Therapy first, don't mess up. Yeah, all this just like doesn't have any text. I just don't need to cast therapy unless I want to know their last card. Get Buried Alive, right? We rip Buried Alive in that order, right? I've cast 3 spells already. I preordained, and then I Dark Rated, and then I Buried Alive. Make sure I'm not fucking this up. Yeah. Yeah, they can just like cast an all this dust, and then they die. Sure. No, the last card is free, or you can flashback therapy with bottle if it matters for some reason. Yeah. You can cast it, but I also don't see a reason to cast it, other than like we get to see the last card in their hand, which I don't particularly care about. I was definitely gonna name Abandoned Hope, but they conceded. I wonder if this is an Echoing Truth matchup. Like, Chalice is a very scary Magic card. They also are probably like a Leyland of the Void deck, right? Eldrazi probably plays that card. Definitely doesn't feel like a Daze matchup, especially on the draw here. Maybe on the play, something like Daze or Spell Pierce could be okay. Alright, catch you later, Army. Name Flying Crane Technique. It's not bad. Name Obstinate Baloth. Just no fear. So Bolts probably suck as an Echoing Truth matchup. Yeah, that's what I felt. Bolts are probably pretty bad. Hand Disruption doesn't seem great, especially in the vein of Therapy. But let's figure out what's bad first. We can already cut Bolts. And, like, we can probably shoot, like, 1 discard spell. Like, maybe a Therapy. We don't know exactly what they're on, right? Or, like, exactly what hate they're on. Like, if they're on Macabre's, Thoughtseize effects get a little better. EE is good. EE for exclusively Chalice. I don't know if, like, Chalice is that. Maybe Chalice is that devastating, but I don't know. It's, like, really, really bad, except against explicitly engineered explosives, which I guess we only have 6 answers for. So Endless One. They were on the big mana versions. They're probably not playing Endless Ones, right? They're playing... Wait, were they? They had like a Cloud Post in their hand last game, right? That wasn't just the stage. I recall them having Outline that ETB's tapped. Leyline is the Stockade? Okay, so yeah, Thoughtseizes lose equity if that's the case. And by Thoughtseize, I probably mean Therapy is a little worse than Thoughtseize, because you don't have to like try to blind name a Thought-Knot or whatever. Although taking damage is not nothing. I don't hate something like this. It does clear Walking Ballistas for how much that's worth. I'll just run it like this and see what happens. This looks okay. I don't hate this. I'll consider bringing in something like Daze or Pierce on the draw, maybe, to beat something like Chalice. We'll see how this game goes and assess from there. Sand's got an Echoing Truth and, like, the turn 2 lined up. It's probably just a keep. If they, like, Leyline me or they Chalice me, we still have Echoing Truth to... If we hit another land, we can EOT Echoing Truth it and then try to kill them. Scry at the top. Alright. So we're trying to kill them next turn, I guess. Let's cast a Preordain. They could... What happens if they Thought-Knot me? I mean, can't really do anything about it, so... That's probably the worst outcome here, so we need to plan for that. I feel like Wasteland me, it's kind of obnoxious. Maybe I just grab Basic Island here. God hand it much. Only if we, like, cantrip into a Petal. Let's get an Island. Ooh, Crater Maker's a magic card that exists. Crater Maker's a good plan, but I also like fetch Basic Island, which makes it a lot worse. But we also have like 900 other cantrips. I think I'm just gonna top this. Don't cantrip here? What else am I gonna do? Brainstorm to protect my hand from the Thought-Knot, maybe? Put back Dark Red Buried Alive? That tracks, right? Chalice on one. Alright, that's fine. We can beat that. We have Echoing Truth. So if they don't Thought-Knot me, we should win, right? We can even Thoughtseize them beforehand. Just make sure that your coast is clear. Just play a Smasher. Oh man, that's rude. So how do we deal with this? They're gonna take the Buried Alive or something. We can't really Echoing Truth the Chalice very reliably. They can't cast it again this turn, right? Yeah, because they played land for turn. What's the plan here? I guess Echoing Truth the Chalice and try to hit 1-drops and just into the kill again if they take the Buried Alive? I think. If they take the Echoing Truth, what is my plan? Probably just die, right? Actually, no, we don't have third land, so we can't just cast Buried Alive and brute force it, which may be a decent plan. I guess we can also Thoughtseize the Chalice, so yeah. I don't hate just, like, Echoing Truthing in response here. If they have, like, a second Thought-Knot, then we're just incredibly dead, but that's life. Maybe I wasn't supposed to fetch the basic, because they're the post deck, right? So they probably don't have Wastelands. I'll make a Grixis combo player out of you. Yeah, I'm figuring it out, slowly. This is like my 7th match with the deck, so, you know. Does Eldrazi Post play Wasteland? I don't think so, right? Maybe it does. It's, like, kind of free to play. I have no idea. I haven't looked at deck lists in a long time. I assume the take here is just Buried Alive. They could take something like Dark Rit, but that seems a lot riskier. This is almost as interesting as the cube. They took the Thoughtseize? Do they have another Thought-Knot then? Do they have a Fairy Macabre? I guess I'm pondering first. I mean, I don't think I'm playing around Fairy Macabre. Wait, can't we play around Fairy Macabre here? No, right? We don't have enough mana. We could take the Petal, then we have to use the Petal to cast the Brainstorm for the Therapy. The Macabre doesn't even, like, get all the Phoenixes. It only gets 2, so... Because I can't take the Therapy and the Petal here is the issue. Maybe I should have Brainstormed for this scenario. Man, fucking up all over the place. Oh well. This is definitely not playing around fair. I don't know what the plan is. I'm just gonna go for it, I guess. Let's just... I kind of want this Petal, actually. The plan is to get blown out by a bad card, I guess. I don't really want to wait a turn because they have a Chalice in their hand. I could have, like, grabbed the Therapy and Therapy the Chalice and waited for a turn. I don't know what I'm about to get wrecked by, but I feel like I'm about to get wrecked. Nope, we're just killing them, I guess. They can't, like, Wrath me into Chalice, either? What's happening? Sure. Now we just Therapy, Brainstorm, Brainstorm? Or Thoughtseize. Did I shuffle? Oh yeah, I shuffled on the Buried Alive, duh. Doesn't really matter what I take here. Alright, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Guess we just take this Chalice, whatever. Trying to figure if there's a downside to just fetching here. I don't think so. Okay, cool. They're just dead. That seemed like a very weird choice of Thought-Knot Seers, but okay. Cool, I guess. Trying to deduce, like, something the opponent could have, like, their plan was to just always dust the Phoenixes and hope that was enough? Against the hand that they also just knew had a bunch of cantrips in it, and the deck that could just, like, chain 3 cantrips together and bring back Phoenixes? I don't know. I think casting the Brainstorm might have actually been right on the turn that I went off, though. Just to find something like, extra mana plus a Thoughtseize effect. Just, like, make sure the coast is really clear. Thanks for the 100 bits, Stoneforge. Appreciate it. When you're looking for, like, you can't just, like, Ponder into one card that helps you, right? Because we needed an extra mana and a Thoughtseize effect, so maybe we could just cast in the Brainstorm there, since we just needed a third. We just needed a third spell to trigger the Phoenixes anyway. So probably casting Brainstorm is fine there on the random upside of finding that exact mix of cards. I feel like I'm slowly getting a little bit more confident. It's a lot easier to play when you're not playing against like a Surgical Extraction or a Counterspell deck at all. What's up, Static? Thanks for this 7-month resub. Living the Phoenix life, indeed. We did Phoenix some suckers. The bird is the word. This hand is not the word. This hand is very bad. This hand is also very bad. This just has no cantrips, no way to like turbo out this Buried Alive. This hand is just like a straight up not keep. Put a mulligan to 6, so I hate mulliganing to 5 slightly less, and also this hand is just like stone cold unplayable. Message me. What's your record? 1-1? Yeah, that's right. They might be X and 3 or something. Yeah, it's not great, but I'll keep. It says 2 and 2. Oh, I never look at MTG bot. Huh. I guess if I was X and 3, then they can get the 3/2 is their concern. Let's go with Underground Sea. As much as I want Buried Alive and want Preordain, I think I just shove these, because we're trying to find lands, so maybe they're a draw with cantrips, but like, there's no way keeping this Buried Alive can be right? We're just like so far away from being able to do anything with it. We just need to like use these brainstorms to craft a serviceable hand and try to play a game of Magic from there. Because these cards feel very weak to me. I think I'm going to be shoving this Buried Alive. Maybe the brainstorm like bails us out, but yeah, I think... Well, we found a Daze. I think this will be a fun matchup. Don't know what they're on yet. I recognize this opponent, but I definitely don't remember what they're playing. Do we just brainstorm for the Thoughtseize? Brainstorm for land for Thoughtseize? I kind of like it. If we brick, we're just like super fucking dead, but that's life. We didn't exactly brick. We're drawing at least one more of these cards before we can shuffle. So Phoenix definitely goes on top, and then I guess the Ponder can go on top. I'm gonna go. Oh, we can't actually land Thoughtseize. That's awkward. So I think we just want to land Ponder instead. So what else do we want to shuffle away? Nothing, really. Yeah, we can shuffle with the Ponder. I shuffle away the Petal. Petal doesn't seem super excellent here. Kind of want the Daze, definitely want the Brainstorm. Yeah, I think I'm shuffling away the Petal. Oh, yeah. Yep, get out of here. Alright, sure. We got a lot of Thoughtseizes. What's the opponent on? Grixis control? Daze the shit out of whatever this is. Are we in the mirror match? Oh, shit. We are, in fact, in the mirror match. Fortunately, my opponent also has 2 buried lives. I think I need to, like, desperately try to Thoughtseize both of them. Nothing else really matters here. Could take the Ponder, but I think I just need to, like, rip these buried lives before he casts one. Alright, no dark rituals, please. No whammies. Oh no, my Thoughtseize. So they Thoughtseize my Thoughtseize to protect their buried alive. Interesting. Wait, don't they have nothing left? That was a Ponder, right? So they still have all 3 of these cards? Oh, they're gonna Therapy the Thoughtseize. Okay, yeah, never mind. Well, that's valid. They're probably just gonna, like, just jam the Buried Alive next turn now that they... I guess they're not... They're probably pretty confident they're in the mirror at this point, right? Especially game 1, you could probably just fire off the Buried Alive. Like, there's not a lot of main deck graveyard hate. I feel like you're supposed to Brainstorm. Oh, shit, yeah. I wasn't thinking about that. Brainstorm has other modes. You can hide magic cards. I also forgot that we knew about the Therapy, even though I was staring at it. But that's definitely correct. You right. We can Therapy a Bolt and try to keep them off critical mass, I guess. And then we can draw Pyromancer the turn after. Alright, their hand is just a volcanic island now. We might be able to get somewhere. I mean, they could just draw, like, a cantrip, and that goes incredibly poor for us. All of a sudden. I don't think I'm therapying them in the blind. I'd rather keep this therapy as, like, fuel for a Buried Alive or something. Hope my opponent doesn't draw cantrips in their 900 cantrip deck. Go, Lightning Bolt. Bolt going at the correct target. Moxel approved. Oh no. Is opponent killing me? Oh no, opponent just casting an Arclight Phoenix. Deal. If this thing goes on the offensive, I'm bolting face, I think. If it goes on defensive, I'm bolting it and keep getting in. Sorry about this one, Moxel. This bolt is not living its best life. Lava Strike strictly better than Bolt and never misses. Sometimes you gotta Lava Spike your own face. You know, when your opponent puts in Leyline and say, holy crap, we won that game! Opponent bricked hard. That was unfortunate. Whew. What's the mirror look like? That Bolt did 4 damage. The Bolt did do 4 damage. What on earth does the mirror look like? Oh man, is Echo Control? Echo Control is probably pretty bad, right? Just like blow them out, bounce all their Phoenixes is probably not great. EE comes in? Feel like you're lying to me, right? I mean, I guess I could clear a Pyromancer or Pyromancer tokens. But it doesn't seem like the battle we're fighting. Echo Control seem kind of bad. Also, you can't like combo into a Tormod's Crypt unless you board in like your Abrades. I guess Abrade isn't actually the worst. Because of stuff like you can kill like Pyros and Bobs with that as well. Something like, but then you're like, you have so much to board after that. Echo Control does seem hilarious. I don't know how good it is though. I also have absolutely no idea what I'm supposed to be cutting in this matchup. In the fucking mirror. Lily seems like pretty aggressively medium. I guess it pings off their guys, but I think I'd rather be doing double duty of like dealing with crypts and stuff. Oh yeah, Days has come out. That tracks. Yeah, I agree with, yeah, Bob Days seems fine. I feel like Crypt is a definite bring-in. I feel like Abrades are likely bring-ins too. They deal with opposing Crypts. As well as, like, Pyromancers. Could be convinced that something like Spell Pierce or Crater Maker is another card that comes in. Pierce seems like okay, but not great. What else am I cutting? A Bolt, I guess. Could even see cutting all the bolts for more Crater Makers, but Crater Maker is like incredibly slow. Kind of therapy. Discard seems like kind of at a premium in this matchup. Maybe not. It's such a weird fight. Ugh. Maybe you can afford to shave on Petals. You should shave on Petals in grindy matchups, though. I don't know if this matchup is quite grindy, because you know your opponent has nothing. If you're like, if there's a window, you can just go for it and kill your opponent. I can see Pierce being decent. Pierce might be better on, like, the draw. I'll just submit this and see what happens. Let's go. Let's work from here. Definitely don't have a lot of experience in the mirror to figure out that one. I have to ask white faces about it. Sounds like fine. Lands and spells, right? You're gonna miss that Bolt. We got Bolt right here, Chylith. Easy. Last Hope seems medium. Seems like not the fight you want to be having, but I could be wrong on that in that regard. It's like Bob's already pretty weak in this matchup, and like Pyro you have a lot more cheaper and more versatile answers for. And it's very bad against stuff like Arclight Phoenix, right? Can't kill it and just like gets pressured by it, even if it's just like cast an Arclight attack. Lily does not seem to be. I don't think it's what this matchup is about. I think there are a lot more cards on the sideboard that I'd be boarding in before Lily, and I didn't even bring in some of those. Spell Pierce, even like Crater Maker. Ooh, Crypt is nice. Means it's much harder for my opponent to kill us. I'm gonna cast this now. My opponent might have like days still. Need red mana, but I also need black mana. We only have one land, so. Buried Alive, not what we want here. Ponder, not really what we want here, because we just need to find lands, and I'd love to just ponder into it. Although maybe we like second ponder is fine. Bottom it. Another Pyro, not exactly what we're going for. So Tormod's Crypt helps us not die. Oh, like Captain Bob's, okay. they didn't aspire to the same school of thought as whatever we were doing. But that's fine. If we have a red source, yeah, we just get to bolt this and we're totally fine here. Bolt Ponder go? Am I therapying anything? What would be in their hand right now? Young Pyromancer, maybe? Yeah, we cut the bobs. Hope the crypt does nothing because you're using the bad art. Rude. I wonder if we just try to, like, blind therapy a young Pyromancer or something. Why do we cut bobs? I don't know. Do you have a better card to cut? I, like, agreed with it in theory. Like, it's not really... doesn't feel like what this matchup is about. It's, like, very, like, prone to getting killed and giving you no value in, like, a game of resources. Although, it's, at the same time, like, if you get have a bob out and you get to keep it for a while, and, like, it's the opposite effect of, like, the game of resources. Let's therapy them. I think I want to name, like, Young Pyromancer. Hey, we hit. Look at that. It's a pretty flimsy sort of source of card advantages is my main issue with it. Oh man, if we have a land here, we just get to, like, therapy their brainstorms. Oh man. I mean, we only have, like, 11 lands left in the entire deck, so not exactly super, I could therapy the 2 brainstorms using this Young Pyromancer, but that feels like, not a super great plan. I just, like, preordain, find... like a bolt or something. I think we did cut one. We shaved 1 bolt, right? So we still have another one on the deck. Kind of want cantrips, and I definitely want lands. I want to be able to, like, actually cast my spells here. I want this brainstorm after, though. It's gonna be pyro, cantrip. Probably want a brainstorm. Oh, we might be fetching it away. I guess not. I guess we can pass. Preordain, sure. Man, I really miss on this land drop, so we can still therapy these brainstorms and just go to town. Thoughtseize, huh? Well, none of these are very Thoughtseizable. They can take the Ponder, but we have a Brainstorm on top, so we can just Pyro Brainstorm therapy. Hit their 2 Brainstorms here. Take the Arclight Phoenix. Yep. That tracks. Do we want Badlands? Probably not. Do we want second red source? Also not. Oh, God. Mana bases are obnoxious. I guess we can grab Badlands here. I don't know. Make any red mana with that. Nope, nope, not that. Mana bases are obnoxious. Yeah, exactly. Like, having to deal with multiple colors. Wow, surgical my therapies. Oh, opponent's playing surgicals. Interesting. So they're not just on, like, a white faceless list. I could... crypting myself isn't great, though, because then we can't guess the therapy anyway. Interesting. So I like Thoughtseize effects a lot more when my opponent's playing... I like a Braid a lot less, also, now that my opponent's playing surgicals. I also hate this, this other crypt. These crypts are pretty bad, all of a sudden. Or, I mean, like, the second crypt and stuff. Doesn't really matter. I'm gonna bolt my Pyro here. Sure. We just cast a Phoenix here. Get our beatdowns on. Who needs to worry about a mana base when neither player gets to... Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't have to worry about, like, what colors I do and do not have, and what spells I could possibly need to be able to cast, when I could just Wasteland port my opponent to death. Therapy me? Yeah, they don't have the other Pyro, so sure. Yeah, we did it! Yeah, I mean, D&T has white mana, but you can't do anything about that. Like, I can't blame my incorrect fetching at the end of the game. Be like, man, if only I had fetched my Underground Sea instead of my Volcanic Island, I would have won that game. You don't do that with D&T. It's like, man, I wish I played more white sources in my monocolored deck, so I didn't get color screwed. Cavern is medium at best, Chyleth. Card's like not even good. Like, how many matchups are you actively like, man, Caverns is so good in this matchup, I'm so happy to have this? It's like exactly Sneak and Show, right? There we go. I mean, it has upside and downside versus Delver and Miracles. I'd say it's fine. It's definitely not good when your opponent like has a Wasteland hand. This name is familiar, right? Anyway, yeah, we're keeping this. It's like good against Miracles until they play back to basics. It's good against Delver until like you're a mana source down because you don't have another basic to keep your mana base stable from Wastelands. There are points where it is definitely powerful, where you can cast a turn 2 Thalia and it can't be Force of Willed. There are cases where Cavern of Souls is better than a basic Plains against those decks, but it's definitely not like all upside high rolls. That title goes pretty exclusively to Sneak and Show. It's like I'm so much less concerned with counterspells out of Miracles than stuff like Back to Basics. Yeah, that tracks. A Bob, huh? Don't think I'm supposed to blind therapy anything here. Let's go for a Ponder. Spin my wheels a bunch. It's a lot of cantrips. Could... Oh, I can't bottom any of these as a Ponder, but I could, like, shuffle one away. Like, draw the Ponder, draw the Preordain, cast a Ponder next turn, shuffle the Swamp away or something. Yeah, it's fun to like Cavern. It's fun to have a preference for cards. That's like what all D&D's all about. Epirogeny Arcane, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Yeah, D&D is all about customization. It's totally fine to like certain cards in the deck. Anyway, I don't know if I just want to cantrip into cantrips. I guess I kind of do. Although this is Grixis Shadow, so maybe I shouldn't be, like, dirtling around so much. So my opponent can definitely put the clock on real fast. I almost just want to, like, therapy for Death Shadows here. They're, like, super far away from Angler, and Death Shadow could be a quick way to lose this game. Therapy Shadow. I just legitimately don't hate it. I don't like doing a lot else here. Hey, we hit! Oh, they're playing Grixis. They're playing Temur Battle Rage. That's fun. I think we can shuffle this one. We have two other cantrips, and the Brainstorm isn't worth drawing like a land here. Alright, sure. We're just like looking to actually end this game now. Our Bob gets dismembered, so we can't really just run it out, unless we found another Thoughtseize effect. Alright. Getting close to Arclight Phoenix casting time. Alright, I guess we're just going maximum Dirtle. I guess I can shove one of these, right? Because if I just Preordain top into the Preordain, cast the other Preordain, I have to top the Brainstorm again just to find it. So I could just, like, bottom the Preordain. Yeah, hitting that Shadow was great. I think it was, like, a pretty decent read there. Because they were just so far away from a Gurmag. I don't hate just, like, bottoming this and topping this. And then casting this Brainstorm. Oh, hey. That's a lot of good cards. Goodbye Phoenix. Probably just goodbye Bob, honestly. The Dismember. We could Thoughtseize the Dismember, actually. What else am I shipping, then? Could ship the other land, but I kind of... We can't... We're not quite to being able to bury live my opponent into the ground. Next turn we could... it's probably just this Bob. So Thoughtseize... Or... Because therapy this Battle Rage, no reason to take two. Ooh, they have a Force, that's a good card to know about. I guess that's a reason to Thoughtseize, right? You get to see the cards you don't know. So it's also that's a reason to cast Thoughtseize later. Cycle Street Wraith, play Wasteland my Volcanic. Sure. So we're just casting Bury Alive. Their hand is Force Dismember. AKA Yanni, thanks for the raid. I appreciate it. Hello, hello, everybody. Playing some Grixis Phoenix here today. Yeah, they just have Force Dismember. We're just going to cast Buried Alive and say go. Game 1, they don't have Graveyard Hate. Next turn, we can just Thoughtseize, Ponder into anything, and we just kill them. I guess we can cast the, we know, because they played their land, so we know what they have. So I guess let's Ponder first, in case we hit actual nothing. Somehow. Still I'm off work. Today's been a long day. Ugh. It always feels good to end of the day. Although it's like 10:40 p.m. for me, so I don't really know exactly how that feels right now. So, I like all, I mean, these cards are fine. Don't shuffle. Brainstorm. Oh yeah, they're just dead, right? Yeah, we have lethal. We have a bolt. Okay, cool. They died. They're like, they're so incredibly far from winning this game. Thoughtseize the Dismember, play land, bolt them, they die that turn. But also, they're just like dead 3 Phoenixes. There's a lot of stuff. Why did I put that career in? Because they're deterministically dead. It didn't matter what my choices were. They are deterministically dead from that point. I cannot, like, not kill them. No lethal, but that your sentence doesn't make any sense, Patrick. I know you had lethal, but that made no sense. I put it back because my decision no longer mattered, because they were 100% dead. So I did not care about what happened on that brainstorm. I knew actual every card in their hand. And there was no way they were going to win. Anyway, how did we board against Shadow last time? Played against Shadow like one of the very first rounds last time, and I forget what happened. I think I brought in those engineered explosives because I got into another spit with Patrick about it, about whether playing engineered explosives or shuffling and hoping for like brainstorm into Dark Grit plus Buried Alive or whatever was the out. So why didn't you Dark Grit for BM? Because I don't care. They were dead. I didn't need to do anything. I just wanted to kill them. Is Shadow on this spreadsheet? Shadow's not on the spreadsheet. Well, fuck me. I don't know how to board for this matchup. Spellbursts seem okay. You gotta flex on them, though. It's so much work. The deck takes enough brain power as it is. I say like Spellbeers is for bolts. This check command sucks. Yeah, Moxel, if I mod you, can you delete the tithe command? Why is that even? I think Army made it to troll me because he knows how much I hate Tithe Taker. I guess we're just doing this. I feel like leaving it bolts bad. I'm just bringing that engineered explosives. Buying time against Shadow is good, especially because they're also on like Team or Battle Rage. I think they are looking to get me dead pretty quickly. Don't really like any of my other options here. Echoing Truth, some Gurmag Anglers. Yeah, I don't know how to. I think it's like exclamation point delete post tithe, and you have to capitalize the tithe. It's case sensitive. Sounds okay. Ponder into a Dark Grit, try to kill them. It's usually like exclamation point add calm and then the command, so it's probably like del calm or something. I don't know. You can also like Oh, so you probably don't have to, I don't know. Put exclamation point help or something. I think that pulls up the MTG bot commands. Yeah. Preordain's okay. I think I'm happier preordaining here. Don't love either of these. Don't love the pedal here. Kind of love the pedal, assuming we're just going to get him to Turok next turn, but I also can't get the pedal and the Pierce. So I think I'm just shoving these. Could keep the Pierce and I wouldn't hate myself. Pedal's going bottom. I think we're bottoming Pierce. We have a Thoughtseize too. His hand is like decent against him to Turok anyway. Hey, Moxall figured it out. The old end-step Brainstorm. Smells like a hymn to Turok. Nope, just a Thoughtseize. Alright, deal. Thanks for the 2 bits, Moxall. Assume Thoughtseize Buried Alive is the play here. Just Thoughtseize Bob Surgical it. Surgical it in my draw step. No, they're just gonna Thoughtseize a Bob. I think I want to Brainstorm. I kind of wanted this Thoughtseize to resolve. They could have Spell Pierce, they could have Daze. I play around Daze by fetching the Black Swords, makes my Brainstorm worse, but we can probably just Ponder. Yeah, like leading with Thoughtseize. Brainstorm, sure. Hiding the goods. What you got? Brainstorm, Ponder, Stubborn Denial, Wasteland, Swamp. Stubborn Denial is decently easy to play around. It does become hard, like, just hard one-mana negate if I don't take it here. But I like taking the cantrips more since they don't really have the threat yet. Just take this Brainstorm and go from there. I might actually take the... No, Brainstorm's like... This is the thing that, like, actual cantrip casters would probably know better than me. So the hit, what I only assume is they're good cards on top, so I don't imagine that they have a shuffle. But they don't need a shuffle because they want to draw their cards anyway. So I think I'm just taking this Brainstorm. Could also buy taking the Stubborn Denial is correct. But we're going to be down on black sources after they Wasteland me, so I think this is just a shuffle. I could take the Pedal, obviously, as my black source, but it seems pretty weak. Alright, that's fine, more or less. Yup. Is that Gurmag? Big ol' fish. Nether. Their stub is a lot better. Well, I could just jam this Bob and see how that goes. I don't love jamming Bob into a 5/5, but you have to hold your hand through it for a blue spell. We were casting a Thoughtseize, sir. That was a black spell. It just involved taking blue spells. Kind of like just jamming Bob here, honestly. The clock with Angler is pretty fast, but I think we kind of need to find some stuff here to win this game. I guess we can deduce that they probably have a threat, so maybe taking the Stubborn is better. Not sure. Maybe taking the Stubborn was right. And then, like, taking the Ponder versus the Brainstorm, I think, is not, like, cut and dry at all, but there's a chance that both of those are below the Stubborn dial in terms of cards I'm actually concerned about. Wastelanded. Ooh, tapping out. Dangerous game. It's not that dangerous, but... So we could try to brainstorm into land and the Dark Red to kill them. We know their whole hand. Or we just jam Pyro and just cast a bunch of cantrips next turn. They don't have anything yet. But if they flip the Delver... Is it against the terms of display Oblivion because your Rex Bolstead? No, I don't think so. I mean, you're obviously not serious, but... Not really. They can't really, like, ban playable cards to play... To, like, so you can cast your other playable cards, right? In terms of, like, the Vintage Super League, I assume is the context there. So we play Pyro here. This Delver flips, right? Because they didn't shuffle. The Delver flips. I have to take 8, so I probably should unblock with Bob, go to 8, and we can cast a series of cantrips to slow down this Gurmag. We don't have an answer for this Delver very quickly, though. I think that's my best likelihood of winning, outside of, like, Brainstorm for the whole combo this turn, which would just be Black Source plus... Black Source plus Dark Ritual. We could cast, like, 2 cantrips here. Find them over. But then we'd also have to find, like, a Petal. Maybe I play too conservatively with this deck. Maybe you have to, like, go for it more. Then it should have been white-white instead of blue-white. Changed my mind. Ooh. I have to, like, read all of Lavinia's text again. Because I definitely don't remember enough of Lavinia's text to distinguish if it's, like, a very blue effect. Probably Brainstorm for removal. Pyro. No. So we just keep chaining cantrips here. We keep the Preordain, cast it, and just, like, bottom the 2 lands here. Just, like, cast as many cantrips as possible this turn. Or we just shuffle. I think I like just Preordaining. Costs me an extra mana, but essentially is the same as a shuffle. Top, top, top. No shuffle. Preordain. Bottom, bottom. So now we can therapy. We actually, like, are awkwardly down on a bunch of, like, Black Sources and stuff to therapy, but therapy and Buried Alive. Brainstorm, sure. It's definitely not good enough to play in Legacy, like, to splash blue for in Legacy. The card is not, like, that playable. If they have, like, Tamer Battle Rage, we get pretty bent here, but... Not even attacking with the Gurmag. Sure. Probably not firing this brainstorm off an end step, if that's the case. Need to find a dark ritual here. Maybe this was lead with therapy in case they countered that. Putting back this Daze and this Thoughtseize. We're at 5 life, so we can't really afford to cast either of those. We go Petal, Therapy, Petal, Buried Alive, and we can actually kill them here. I mean, we can Therapy again, but, like, I guess I could just, like, try to blind name Surgical. I lose to Daze. But, I mean, I guess I don't lose, so we still have, like, a bunch of guys, too, but... We also, like, are pretty shafted to, like, Forcible's blue card, but that's 2 different cards that they have to have. So it's either Daze or Surgical, I think. I kind of like naming Surgical, but maybe that's wrong. I don't know. Surgical Extraction. Huh. Force blue card. Alright. Dang. Didn't get the right read. So I guess we can just Ponder. Keep making a bunch of tokens here. Alright, I know all these cards, right? So we can just shuffle here. Any order, shuffle. Petal out Arclight Phoenix next turn. Oh, that gets forced. Do I attack for 1 here? Is that worth it? Like, attack with both elementals, put them to 9. We go to 2. We cast Arclight Phoenix, it gets forced. They go to 8. We're very far away now. I think we're just, like, dead now, unless we have, like, a really good top deck. Alright. What's with the emphatic no? Like, we lose an elemental, we get in a chip shot. Shouldn't have pondered. Ponder's like, okay there, considering we know our top cards are, like, really bad, right? And we wanted to shuffle them away. Our top cards, I forget what they were. They were, like, Thoughtseize and Daze or something. Like, neither of which is anywhere near castable. It's not like we were drawing blind. We'd cast a Brainstorm at the start of that turn. Ooh, second big fish. Alright. I also didn't think we like piece together that we had lethal. Oh no, because we needed the therapy for the 2 hits, so keeping the Thoughtseize there isn't the best strategy. I think we're just dead now. Cast Arclight Phoenix. Maybe they don't counter it. Dang, that's all the line. I don't think the Ponder's fine there. Wondering if I think we like were awkwardly down on black to be able to. I'm not sure what the correct name on that therapy was, the one that resolved. think Force was the least likely to be relevant. It happened to happen there, but the fact that it needed 2 cards to succeed versus like the rest of the Surgical or Daze only needed 1 card to succeed. Alright. What changes are we making, if any? Eh. So they're the Delver Death Shadow. They're like the more traditional Death Shadow list. Maybe I want some Aurora Bolts. But what would I be cutting? I think I like most of the cards in the deck at this point. Dark Confidant's like medium. I could see cutting the Bobs for bolts, but Bob is pretty good, especially on the play. And I think they boarded out a lot of their removal. Or maybe they just didn't find out. I don't know. Let's run it back. Is Truth worth it here? Yeah, I briefly considered it. I mean, we have an E in the deck for, like, essentially Delver and Death Shadow, but I think Truth is a little bit more clunky. This hand is definitely a clunker. I think it might be good enough. Like, turn 2 Bob, turn 3 Pyro, maybe Therapy. We have an EE to buy us some time against, like, non-angler starts. It's definitely not my favorite hand in the world. Let's keep it, find out. My opponent has, like, a Surgical Spell Pierce hand or something. We're sitting pretty good. If they Thought Seize me, maybe I just run out this Therapy blind. Or I mean, run out this Pyromancer blind, I mean. Maybe just like blind Therapy Thought Seize on turn 1. Probably not, though. I like the ability to like Pyromancer Therapy. Or find like a Thought Seize first to make Therapy way better. Arclight Phoenix, huh? Not exactly the card we want. I think we're jamming. Alright, they're down to 3 cards. If one of them is an Angler, we're in for a bad time. We can't take this Engineered Explosives up to, what, 7? Thoughtseize again, sure. What do they take here? The Therapy, maybe? Yeah, I don't hate it. Yeah. Oh, wait, yeah, never mind. I briefly saw the Therapy and I thought I was supposed to like cast it, but I don't have anything to sack. Does he manage to get good Bob Wire Dazes ugly? Because I already own Bobs, I don't own Dazes. Is it Big Fish time? Pyromancer pairs decently against the big zombie fish. Yeah, looks like zombie fish time. Dismember? Oh, alright. Oh, then zombie fish time? Oh, that's bad. I think I'm just jamming this Buried Alive. And we don't really have a lot better to do, and we could like potentially find cantrip into something. My opponent has 1 card in hand. If it's Surgical, then I think this Gurmag really turns up the heat, and we need to do something. Buried Alive, go. Wasteland definitely makes it harder to chain cantrips. they have surgical. That's disappointing. Probably dead now. We have like no win cons left in our deck. No ways to deal with a Gurmag Angler. I guess we don't play that. Like Brainstorm. So the only way to win is like Pyro into tokens and shell block this Gurmag to infinity. But that involves drawing a Pyro and then also drawing a bunch of things to play after the Pyromancer. So this is if I keep Preordain, it's the same as a shuffle. Because we just have to bottom Therapy, bottom Swamp. So we might as well shuffle. So we're at 3. Definitely not my favorite life total to be at. Alright, we're not dead yet. Maybe just like counter this, and then we die. Oh, that's rude. Pretty good days there, though. Obviously, either just killing me with a removal spell or making me shell block with the Pyro is pretty good. We need to like draw the 3rd Pyro to win, which is not high odds. Hey, buried alive, nice. I'm killing this Death Shadow. I want to kill this Death Shadow. I'm gonna concede. Just let me kill it. Let it resolve. There we go. Right. GG's. So what's that? It's actually Grixis Shadow. I don't think that affects the stats very much. Like, they never actually cast a red spell. They had a Tamer Battle Rage one time. I could probably put Blue-Black Shadow and still feel good about myself. Which game do we win? We game 1, I think. So what I'm learning is that this deck is exceedingly hard to play against actual blue decks, and like pretty trivial to play against non-blue decks based on like my data and where my losses are. Like the complex tempo-oriented matchups are definitely the hardest, like the Delver strategies. Versus like the slower, grindier matchups where you can afford to sit on your heels more feel a lot safer. We're playing against Landon. I wonder if he's on Grixis Phoenix. He's been playing it for a while, but he also is like the red-black Reanimator King, obviously. This hand seems unplayable. This hand seems slightly more playable. If we like scry the right card at the top, we'd run away with this. I think I'm keeping this on the draw. Don't want that though. Looks like it's on Phoenix. Oh, is he just like still nut drawing me? Oh no, he's just turn one popping. Thought it was just like the classic land in hand of just like, alright, well, I'm just gonna turn one of you with this Lotus Petal and like a Thoughtseize. Let's top deck a Petal of our own. That was a pretty terrible draw. So, if I cast the Therapy, we're still looking for a black source, and we can't guarantee like a hit. We can guarantee a hit after they flip a card to Bob. My other plan is just like land Goat though, right? Which isn't great. I could also dark out my own Bob, but I think my hand is to the point where I need to like combo kill them. Although that's really dangerous against Thoughtseize effects. Maybe I'm just supposed to like Therapy for Bolt and play Bob and say go. It does help me like with the land drop problem. I don't hate it. This hand isn't super conducive to actually like making it all the way to the combo. Therapy name. Do I name Lightning Bolt or do I name something like Buried Alive? I think we really want this Bob to live. Oh, Forked Bolt. Wow, what a jerk. They don't have the red source yet, luckily. Well, if they brainstormed into it, we're pretty dead. Yeah, getting got by this just like Forked Bolt here. I wonder if the thought process is like the difference between 2 and 3. Oh, yeah, we're dead. Alright. GG's. We tried. Both teams tried hard. Ponder into, like, draw land, ponder into Dark Ritual is like the way we win now. Alright, well, step 1. Step 2, none of these are Dark Ritual. What if I just shuffle? Are we just dead? If I think we're just, like, super buried if I just don't... Like, what happens if I keep this Bob on top? Because there's a chance that we can actually still win. Just stack, like, Badlands, Bob, Ponder, draw the Ponder, get Thoughtseize Therapied into Oblivion. If that's the case, I actually want to draw the Badlands. Man up and shuffle. Go for the, like, the 1 in 51 or whatever. Or the 3 in 51. We cast a Dark Ritual already. Uh-oh. Well, I mean, you can't really Thoughtseize my hand that much, because my hand doesn't have anything in it after this Buried Alive. Can't block Warrior. Yeah, I'm not blocking any Warriors today. Maybe it's worth it just because there's, like, it's so unrealistic that we're going to win this game. I just flashback, take the Buried Alive. Maybe it's not, like, super unrealistic. They definitely have, they've had Bob for longer, but... Like, if my opponent didn't have, if Lana didn't have Pyromancer here, we could have, like, had Bobs kind of, like, grinding each other out. As it sits, this Pyromancer's definitely gonna fucking put us in the ground. Didn't want to Therapy my Arclight Phoenix, weird. Finding a lot of discard, or discard isn't super relevant. They like therapy themselves, probably, just to like get this Arclight in play. Brainstorm into more Arclights. And then therapy themselves for extra Arclights. Or they could just be killing me with Buried Alive here. Thought seizing themselves, okay. Oh, is that just... Oh, thought seizing themselves, and then so they get all 4 Phoenixes. Alright, alright. I get you. I see you, Landon. Alright, so we're back to the mirror sideboarding plan, and I'm curious on what Landon does, because Landon has probably played like 100,000 more matches of this matchup than I have, considering this is my 10th match all-time with this deck at all. Second time playing the mirror. I feel like Tormod's Crypt is definitely correct. I also think he's probably playing something closer to White Face's list, other than that guy the other guy was playing Surgical, but I think Landon. Although Landon is definitely experimenting with some stuff. I saw stuff in the Discord about trying out Forked Bolt instead of Lightning Bolt. Just the ability to ping off multiple X1s versus the ability to kill X3s, because there aren't a lot of those in Legacy. Anyway. Is Bob the board out? I don't know. Patrick seemed real upset with me when I boarded out Bob. Bob seems, like, very slow in this matchup that seems very, like, pedal to the metal, trying to get your opponent dead, because a lot of the interaction is proactive, not reactive. So, like, if you can find an opening, you just, like, fucking, like, jam it in there. Try boarding out Therapy instead of Bob. Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. No, we're down again. We fucking died. Anyway, these days suck as well. Let's like look at Spell Pierce. Spell Pierce is a card I would. Oops. I don't think I would mind it, but I don't love it either. Yeah, this is the mirror. Try it anyway. Maybe like boarding in 4 crypts isn't right. Maybe we don't want like all of them. That is true. It is just this is all for testing in the first place. See like shave a bolt. A bunch of therapies. Maybe that's not right. Maybe just like cut all the therapies. Play all my bolts. Bolt the pyromancers and the bobs. Yeah, why not? Yeah, I don't really know what this matchup is about. I don't know what the game plan is in the mirror. I think it's supposed to be like be as proactive as possible because all the hate or like most of the hate is also proactive. Guess I keep this. We got a lot of cantrips. Cantrip into a fetch line for these brainstorms. Arclight Phoenix isn't great, but again, we can brainstorm right away. We have a removal spell for a Bob or whatever. I don't love any of this, except for the Crypt. The Crypt makes me feel slightly safer from, like, fucking getting flattened. But then we have to... I guess we just, like, shuffle away the Buried Alive. Just go top, top, top. Don't shuffle. Crypt. Cast Ponder next turn, hopefully find a land to make these brainstorms better. Alright, another Tormod's Crypt. We're going to shuffle this. Not exactly a land that helps me shuffle on these brainstorms, but we can go. Stuck in the mirror world, for sure. Mirror's a weird place. I definitely, like, I'm very confused. I'm gonna go to the Discord, like, tomorrow and talk about the mirror match. Be like, what is the game plan? What does the sideboarding look like in the mirror? Because I definitely don't feel like I know what I'm doing at all. So this time we can actually brainstorm in response to a Thoughtseize. I feel like I want to brainstorm in response to this Thoughtseize, like I was just saying. If we draw all lands, we can just make them discard this Arclight. Life's great. Dang, never lucky. Also, we are brainstorm locked. Guess we're just putting back a Braid and Brainstorm. They can Thoughtseize any of these garbage cards. Probably want to draw the Brainstorm after. So, go like that. Yeah, this hand sucks. Thoughtseize is Crypt. I wonder if this matchup is grindy. Oh, wow, he is playing Surgicals, huh? Well, that's unfortunate. I guess we'd Crypt ourselves, right? Just to prevent the Surgical from going off. Keep our other ones. You could have, like, Ritual Buried Alive kill me, but... God damn it. I should just guess that Landon always has it, right? I don't think we're winning very much if the Surgical actually goes off. But yeah, we're definitely not winning now. Alright. Interesting. But anyway, with the idea that the mirror and like the weird combo aggro decks get super grindy, then like Petal's probably a pretty easy cut. Because Petal's really bad in grindy matchups, but I don't think I regret that line. I don't think the likelihood of us winning that game is super high, and like being able to counter their Surgical there seems pretty relevant. I think if they have exactly like Dark Ray Buried Alive, then that's life. Here's Grixis Phoenix. Played against this deck twice. Anyway, so this is the deck. I don't know, betting against a bunch of Surgicals. I mean, that's like the legacy sideboard meta at this point, but like, played against two different Phoenix decks that like blew me out pretty bad with Surgicals and a Crypt. Because like the ability that you can like Thoughtseize the Phoenix and then Surgical it is pretty rough. Whereas Crypt is just kind of like an insurance measure. I mean, so Crypt is better against Thoughtseize if your opponent's comboing, but Surgical is better against, like, better with your own Thoughtseizes against them. So I don't know. It's kind of weird. And then, of course, there are other matchups to consider outside of specifically Phoenix, right? There are other graveyard decks that exist. Isn't Surgical a more common card in the deck? I don't know. I've only really talked to White Faces about it, and like a lot of people in like the Discord that White Faces set up, and like Crypt has seemed to be the common deck that he has been on. Surgical is top 10 played in the format. Yeah, I don't doubt that. It's like every single fair deck has Surgicals in the sideboard, basically. Except for like Miracles. I mean, I don't actually know because I haven't like looked at a lot of like they never sideboard in Surgical against Death and Taxes, obviously, and I don't like the only lists I've seen are White Faces, and that's one I've copied. The deck wins fast enough that Crypt should be better. Miracles plays Surgical? Oh, yeah, shows what I know. Sure. Alright, addendum. Every single fair deck in the format plays Surgical Extraction in the sideboard. I guess the Chalice decks don't. Because Surgical is really bad with Chalice the Void as it works out. I'm not super experienced. Yeah, I mean, like, 2-2 seems like the coward split, right? It's just like the I don't know which is better, so I'll play both. Everyone plays Surgical with others. Yeah, exactly. Surgical's a good card, and but Surgical's definitely a card you can play through with this deck, and that's the appeal to it over something like Red Black Reanimator is that you're not just like stone dead to your opponent having Surgical, Snap Surgical, or whatever. Surgical, Force of Will. Those cards are definitely still hard to beat, and you have to jump through some hoops, but flashbacks to the time I streamed this last week when I beat like a Nile Spellbomb and a Surgical. Ban Dark Ritual. But anyway. I don't know. This deck's hard. This deck is super, super hard. That's coming from a spot that, like, I haven't played a lot of cantrips. Cantrips are definitely hard. But I think this deck is pretty exceptionally difficult to pilot. The aggro matchups, like the aggro quote-unquote mirrors, Delver, Death Shadow, Phoenix, the decks that I have been queuing into a lot of, seem like the most complex as well. They're just like the most cards you need to play around, the least amount of time in order to play around them. There's like a lot of micro decisions that can punish you pretty badly. And I think those are really, really tough because of the like switching off between pressure and trying to beat the answers and stuff. Grixis Delver is a little bit better because you have you can buy a little bit of time, but Death Shadow seems pretty scary because their cards are hard to kill. They have a very good clock that you can't really answer very well, and they have a lot of very good hate, or like just not necessarily hate, but just answers. Thoughtseize, Hymn to Turok, counterspells, Surgical Extraction, that sort of thing. But anyway, this deck's still fun. I'm probably gonna keep jamming it. I'm interested in actually getting better at this sort of thing. Or out of Phoenix for Vengevine escorting that lets you cast more spells in response to Surgical. Oh man, that would be pretty busted. Instead of being a beginning of combat trigger. There's probably a lot of ways to break that, right? Because it comes back every time. I don't know how Vengevine reads exactly. Mildly tempted to donate for a bug teaching stream. Do it. Are you talking about the modern deck? The modern deck, that does the Wilderness Reclamation deck. That deck actually looks pretty hilarious. It's probably super expensive though, right? Can I actually afford to borrow the cards for it? Let me look it up. Where am I gonna find it? I guess it's 5-0'd a couple times. I guess I can check modern 5-0s. How expensive is it? Control F, Wilderness Reclamation. Yeah, if you can link me your list faster than I can find it, then that works. But I think I probably found it. Oh, nope. Oh, that was dumb. There we go. Wait, does this give me the price? That's what I was looking for. I wanted to be able to, see its price in ticks. I don't think Tapped Out really helps me with that. I need to see it on, Goldfish or something. Oh, should I have prices? Alright, sure. I'll take it. Oh yeah, Card Hoarder. 192 ticks. Alright, it's super cheap. Yeah, fuck yeah, I'd play it. Really? Only 192 ticks for this deck? I guess the only expensive cards Snapcaster Mage, right? You're playing a bunch of garbage other than that. But yeah, I would definitely play that. Buy RNA packs until you get the fun. Someone told Arang they tested Nexus of Fate and Miracles. Oh god, that sounds bad and also just like it is Snaps Cryptic and Mono Unplayables. God damn, I would be so bad with this deck. At least you don't have to make like cantripping decisions though. Like Mystical Teachings is an easier card to cast than Brainstorm because Mystical Teachings you're like, what do I need here? I'm gonna grab that card because I know where I know I can find exactly that. Brainstorm, which is like, do I need these cards? I guess Ponder is probably a better example of like, oh, do I want these cards? I can take this good card, but I also take this bad card, or like try to like shuffle away, blah 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 blah, etc. etc. I think tutors are a lot more in my wheelhouse than cantrips are, just based on there's usually a pretty easy level 0 decision on a lot of tutors. I bought a bunch of Temporal Masters before the top bank is hit Terminus. But yeah, I'd definitely be willing to jam a list like that. It does look sweet. As much as I don't love Modern, like, it's more of, like, I don't enjoy the play patterns of Modern, and if, like, the play patterns of this deck and their, and its matchups are decent, then, like, I'd probably play it. Probably wouldn't build it ever, but... Yeah, why play Modern when I can play Legacy? Temporal Mastery is top 8 at a Legacy GP as a 4 of. Was it in that stupid File Smasher deck? Or was it in something that I don't even know? Avoid Modern. Yeah, I've been doing that. I've been keeping my eye on Modern because I do still want to go back to Modern at some point. Because I did enjoy it. Like, Modern is definitely a different format than Legacy, and you can definitely enjoy different things about both of them. But I have not liked Modern for a fair bit. Probably since a little bit before Creeping Chill. Probably around Creeping Chill, though. 4 of and Bug Delver right after it came out. Oh, kill me. Wasn't it like $40 on pre-release or something? Because everyone's like, holy shit, it's the return of Time Walk, guys! You can take an extra turn for 2 mana. How could you possibly lose? All the Legacy people are like, you can just brainstorm it at the top and then you get a Time Walk. It's so good. And now it's, what, like, pennies? I mean, it's a mythic, and it's like a EDH fire, so it's probably worth something, right? Temporal Mastery. Yeah, it's like $10. Like, that's the Bug Delver list that play 2 Treasure Cruise, 1 Soul Tie Charm. Okay, but, like, you're playing Treasure Cruise in your deck. Like, you already couldn't lose, right? You just play, like, Treasure Cruise and... I can't think of a really bad Sultai card, but... You get the point. Treasure Cruise is super busted. Oh, the joke is that they're playing a Sultai Charm and they're not playing 4 Treasure Cruise, yeah. That's fair. And people were sleeping on Treasure Cruise for a tiny bit before everyone was like, wait, we can just jam 4 of these into decks, especially with, like, just Thought Scour and stuff. But it was definitely a tough card to evaluate. Treasure Cruise is so good that it Rug Delver started playing Kurt Ape over Nimble Mongoose because Nimble Mongoose is really bad at Treasure Cruise. Oh man. Anyway, I need to stop rambling. This stream has been over for like a good 5 to 10 minutes here. I need to go to sleep. Cruise and Dig. Those cards were really fucked up. Turns out cost reduction mechanics are very, very good. Things that make things cheaper are generally busted. Phyrexian mana, affinity for artifacts. Storm kind of falls into that category. Doesn't exactly make things cheaper, but lets you cast a lot of things. Also, Storm works well with the whole fast mana thing. And Delve. Trade Dig for Show and Tell. Nah, fuck Dig Through Time. That card's stupid. Double Demonic Tutor for 2 mana, instant speed, easy. I don't miss Dig Through Time. Just fucking Omnitel for days. That matchup was so bad. Dig Through Time deserved what it got. Anyway, let's wrap up the stream here. Let's see if anyone is streaming some Legacy. Let's go host Landon. Landon beat the shit out of me. Take their time, got off easy. What does that even mean? Anyway, let's wrap up the stream here. Thanks everyone for watching. Hope you had a good time. Hope you didn't yell at your screen too many times for me being really bad at this deck. It's definitely a work in progress for me. I'm excited to try and get better at it. But anyway, if you like the content, you want to see more Legacy stuff, follow, subscribe, donate. The whole 9 yards. Follows are totally free, help you know when I'm going live. Subscriptions get you a sweet Thali emote, 3-bin theme subscription badge in the chat, and donations. I do donation deck lists, details for which are down below the stream. So if you want to see your Legacy or Modern or Standard, Vintage, whatever, Pauper, whatever floats your boat. Other than that, YouTube and Twitter links are down below. YouTube is where all these streams go after they're done. So if you want to see a bunch of the archived footage, it's over on the YouTube channel. Twitter is where I post my schedule when I'm going live, stuff like that. Anyway, that will be it for tonight. Hope to see you guys all tomorrow. We're doing an exhibition stream, right? Right, Patrick? We're doing Miracles vs. Death and Taxes tomorrow. We're doing just a bunch of testing for the Miracles matchup. So Patrick can beat my face in and then laugh at me for talking about my win percentage versus Miracles. I don't know if Patrick's ever going to answer that before I click stop streaming here, but I'm pretty sure, I'm like 90% sure we're doing Miracles versus D&T tomorrow. Anyway, time to host Landon. See you guys tomorrow.